All right. Good morning, everybody. Make sure my upload speed stays all right. YouTube was crashing on me last night. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Just giving everybody a minute here to hop on, and we'll be ready to go here. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Zeus? All right.
Good morning.
What's up, Vic?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just ready for Friday, the day I thought was yesterday. So I got an extra trading day, I guess.
Yes, sir. How'd you guys do yesterday? I was gone most of the day.
I actually did really well. I think about the time you left, I stopped trading, and so I mean, I was pretty much done for the day there. I took a few more like small trades, but the movement wasn't really what I wanted it to be. So, but that Lulu move and AMC bounce yesterday were perfect. And Nvidia, although I had the worst FOMO on Nvidia to the downside because my contracts like quadrupled in value when it hit its low. So,
oh yeah,
it happens.
True.
Oh, good evening, Sushi. Sushi's on the other side of the world, so good evening.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good evening, Sushi.
Yeah, I think he's in Japan right now. He's in Japan and France or something, back and forth.
Ah, cool.
He teleports both.
Good morning to everyone else.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and give everybody just a few more minutes here, and we're gonna, yeah, I can, if you guys want to hop on the YouTube, it's gonna be a little bit easier to answer those questions. So. Super bummed, but I got my TKT. I got my top monitor. Went black the other day after I moved it, but I called LG and they were like, "We're sending you the shipping label now. We'll send you a new one." I was like, "Okay. How do I buy your guys' stock?" 1 second, hold on, guys. I gotta say good morning to my daughter. Hi, baby.
Reuters reporting that Bank of America has approved Bitcoin futures trading for some clients. That report, according to CoinDesk via Reuters, watching shares of Coinbase on the ticker COIN. Stock relatively quiet here. Charlie Oscar, India, November.
Yeah.
About last
okay. All right, sorry. She woke up late, so I had to say good morning. All right, let's get to it. YouTube should be in the bio, but it's Simple Stacks Investing or investments. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get to our news this morning. Sorry about that. So digging right into it, top news this morning is going to be U.S. issues advisory to businesses warning of Hong Kong risk. The Chinese administration issued an advisory to warn U.S. businesses about the risk of their operations and activities in Hong Kong after China's imposition of a new national security law there last year. Chinese regulators send teams to Didi for cybersecurity review. The Cybersecurity Administration of China said that the officials from at least 7 departments have sent on-site teams to conduct a cybersecurity review of the ride-hailing giant Didi. So I think that just on that headline, guys, it's worth setting alerts on. It seems to have hit a bottom around 11, and I would venture to guess that they will somehow find themselves with a resolution soon. Otherwise, I guess it just heads to pink sheets or whatever. But yeah, so watch that one to bounce, and when it does, it could be a strong bounce if people feel that those tensions are over. Ericsson's 5G March hits a wall in China. Ericsson, caught in the middle of a geopolitical battle between Beijing and the West, said it is no longer banking on previous anticipated contract wins for 5G tenders in China. Autoliv profit misses consensus as chip shortage curbs outlook. Autoliv, the world's largest airbags and seatbelts, reported lower than expected second quarter earnings, scaled back its full guidance as component shortage crimped car production. So that's the trickle-down effect that we get. Samsung considering another Texas location for a $7 billion chip factory. Samsung Electronics has applied for tax breaks to potentially build its planned $17 billion U.S. chip factory in a location in Texas other than Austin, where its existing chip plant, according to documents filed with Texas state officials. Pretty sure chips take a lot of water. I don't know why they're going to Texas. Anyway, U.S. stock index futures so far have been edging higher as investors piling into economy-sensitive energy, banks, and travel stocks ahead of retail sales data. Now, retail sales data was ahead of, or better than anticipated, as far as I can see. So do keep your eyes on retail stocks. Also, traders are piling in, and we talked about this last night, for the earnings season that we're about to run into. And we're literally right at the neck of this earnings season where volatility will start to increase. And the fact of the matter is the climate of the world has to directly impact, which it does in some cases, and it's overlooked. But if the market is mostly reliant on going Biden right here, mostly relying on earnings. Earnings season is predominantly where investors are focused, so that will be a big deciding factor in the future of the tech and FANG and just general apples and stuff like that. So London's or European stocks both paired gains on concerns about rising cases of Delta variant in the continent, offsetting a rebound in travel shares, while London's FTSE 100 gained on optimism about the economic reopening. Japan's Nikkei dipped as tech stocks tracked the Nasdaq's overnight slide. Oil prices rose but remained on track for the weekly drop on expectations of more supply. Gold prices eased due to slight rebound in U.S. bonds and a firmer dollar. So we already talked about Ericsson. Another headline, a deal that has been made. FedEx will make a 100 million equity investment in Indian e-commerce logistics startup Delivery, or that's probably just delivery, and I just made it worse. But as part of a long-term commercial agreement, the U.S. Delivery said that SoftBank Delivery will FedEx Express international products and services in India as part of the deal, and also provide pickup and delivery services across the country. FedEx will also transfer some of the assets from its Indian business to Delivery, enabling broader access to the Gurgaon-based startup Pan-Indian network. If I'm butchering that, I apologize. Don Kohler, the chief executive of FedEx, shall also get a board seat at Delivery. They can't see that chat, so. And I would totally read that to Sushi, but I don't know. I don't want to. It's going to sound terrible. Okay, so in other news, American Airlines said on Thursday it has asked to about 3,300 flight attendants on voluntary leave to return by the holiday season to meet rising customer demand, according to a letter to staff reviewed by Reuters. The U.S. airline said it was also begin recruiting and hiring around 800 new flight attendants. Those of you who are looking for jobs, man, I don't know, flight attendant job might be the move. I don't transumer would be flying, but let's see. Yeah, so essentially they're just trying to bolster their staff in preparation for the reopening, not only here in America and pretty much everything going back as far as vacations, et cetera, and international travel, vacation travel to increase. So, Boeing, the federal FFA on Thursday, or the FFA on Thursday issued a directive to all operators of all Boeing 737 planes to conduct inspections to address possible failures of the cabin altitude pressure switches. Hold on one second. Oppenheimer just put an outperform on Starbucks and raised their price target to 140. Also here in pre-market, looks like ears is moving. CMMB, SRGA. Anyway, so the directive requires operations to conduct repetitive tests of switches and replace them if needed. The directive covers 2,500 U.S. registered airplanes and 9,300 airplanes worldwide. Other than that, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up and get to the charts. Yeah, there's nothing else here. I'm just kind of scrolling over the news. mRNA was included, if you guys didn't catch that, or there's going to be an inclusion into the S&P. So Nahago Wakaramusaka. Yeah, I did really bad on that one. Okay, I'm gonna never try that again. But Sushi, this is a message that was sent to you. I don't know what that means. Guys, I am, and please don't do this. This is a little bit risky. I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy a little bit of AMC here in my main account in pre-market. And I'm going to go ahead and aim for that 38.50 fill here. $38.50, excuse me, $38.13. Here, let me do this. You got that for the day. Nagu. Check the chat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set a alert here at the top at 30. It looks like 39.88, and I'm also gonna set an alert at 37. If it reverses below 37, I'll just cut. Nothing crazy in there. So, okay. Let's see here. All right, so as far as the watch list, AMC is on my watch list, guys, for a bounce play. I think that there is a potential for that bounce. You guys can see here that this was stopped out by the 200-day moving average here on the 4-hour, which we've also seen to be a big support. I think that this a move past $40 today, and we could see a nice push up to the $44 range, or maybe even the $45 range, and then pull back. And this is obviously something to be weary of, and if you guys haven't noticed, is that a lot of times AMC runs inverse to the Qs. So if the Qs end up roaring, or the market in general, then this setup could be stifled, and this would be the rejection point rather than the breakout point. So, but of course, the bounce yesterday did bolster sentiment in AMC. Definitely picked up sentiment across the markets, Wall Street bets, etc., etc. So you can type in live trading chat now, by the way. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll share now. Sorry about that. Don't break at me next time. Okay, Fubo, I think I was but everybody was has this on the watch list. But this one in pre-market here, I've got it nabbed inside of what looks to be a falling wedge, but it looks like it corrected enough to kind of pull off what looks to be a double bottom. I don't really want to touch it. I might take it to that, and if you see the angle of this wick here, or this setup here, pulling this up, I don't want to really take it unless it breaks $28 or $29. Not sure if anybody caught the news last night, but can you not hear me? Joseph, you can't hear me? I don't know. It says my mic is responding. Oh, I guess he can't hear me. Or if I asked him if he couldn't hear me and he could hear me, or couldn't hear me, that wouldn't make any sense. Ridiculous. Anyway, Fubo, you could potentially play this above 27.55, and then I think the initial push up will probably put you at 28.15, and that's where you're going to see a little bit of resistance there. Fubo is a very heavily shorted stock, so hopefully if a momentum is strong enough, those shorts are going to start to cover, and it is Friday, so people could be looking to get out of position. SGOC. Yo, SGOC, I know that, heck, you were playing that one. This one looks kind of interesting here in pre-market.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted for a second.
No, you're okay.
Check it out.
I'm just throwing up some resistance lines on it. It looks, it's kind of ugly, to be honest. No, there it is. Okay. Huh. Watch that one in pre-market. Okay, all right, so moving on, Amazon. We talked about this last night, about how if we broke this 36.23 level, it was in this looks like a reversal pattern. And I think people are gonna get thrown off because it looks a bit like a head and shoulders. But if you look at the consolidation here, and even the movement here in pre-market, the main target for a break, and you could even put it, and I think I was saying this last night, a lot of times it's the same level that you bounced off initially and then broke through later that will be the deciding, or the level that needs to be broken to break downtrend. And as you can see, that's pretty much reigns true here. Big bounce off of that level there, and that's going to be the very same level that we need to break and hold. I'd like to see that on the hourly. It is Friday again, 36.70. is really 3670. No, I'd say 3670. Yeah, that's on the money. That's likely where Amazon, if it breaks there, could take off. If it doesn't, it will more than likely reject. In pre-market here, everything looks like looks well. 3655, and then hopefully pushing that top resistance. So let me fix that. Every time I move time frames, the resistance lines change. Okay, so I'll use this as a quick teaching moment. Whenever I see moving averages kind of backing up my resistance lines or supports, it is only added confirmation, in my opinion, for that resistance to be even more impactful, or just a reiteration that it does have strength. So again, that level is going to be 3658, and hopefully we'll get that 3660 break and a break in downtrend today. So I do have my eyes on that one, because if we did receive strong movement in anticipation for a running up on earnings season, then Amazon very well could have a breakout day. But again, it is Friday. You have oh nice, yeah. I had the same. I had that 75-cent mark, but I didn't include it. So that's the thing too, is it's also a zone. It's less of a line. So like I should reiterate that, like this is going to be more of a zone. Like that a $3 or $5 zone here, in which Amazon's going to have to break and hold, in order to see continuation. But I don't really dig the RSI here in pre-market being so reactive, but we'll see what we get. Again, it's in a tight range, so don't get trapped up in Amazon. I think NVIDIA, with having very little time before, and I think you guys heard me say I thought about grabbing a 760 call yesterday. Nice job, Garrett. So I thought about it, and that's about all I got. If we can break, and I think that we could see a bounce. Now, here's my opinion on the climate with NVIDIA. So I think we've cyclically seen splits like NVIDIA's run up, and we have seen NVIDIA absolutely parabolically run. I mean, I think earnings had it around 615, finishing up around 837. Not nearly the sentiment that we have with Apple and Tesla, but still nothing to I was saying nothing to fuck with, but it isn't. And so, in my opinion, there could be a bounce or a mild run up into the split. But otherwise, I think that investors are well aware that this is going to fall, right? When you see something historically happen, obviously humans aren't the best at learning and not repeating things, but in this case, I think that selling happened due to that fact, where people understood that more than likely things are going to move down parabolically. There's no need to hold these shares when you've made so much money, but that's only my opinion. I could be wrong. So wow, somebody sent me what does presence mean on TikTok? I don't know what that means. That's cool. All right. I actually, anyway, but I think I'm gonna watch NVIDIA to 775 today. So that's a nice range there. I think I may take the 770, or might even just grab the 775 contracts. But this one is in need of a big run. If we break 77, our big relief bounce yesterday was abnormal. I mean, that's why I had FOMO. Yeah, there you go, 777. Okay, so so I think that only solidifies what I just said. Thank you, Justin. So like, if he has 777 and I have 775, like if I mark that level, you see how that turns into a small zone. So that's where things could get a little bit fishy. And in fact, let's zoom in a little bit closer and let's look at these wicks, right? Where does this get the most volatility or the most jump? and that's right here in this zone where we tap up, try and break above, and no go. So you could see a candle just like that where you push up, and of course you see it's at the 760, 750 level, so it still could provide a nice play to 775. But with volume on NVIDIA, I think that 782.50 or even the 780, so 782.50 would likely be a decent target. And then even if you wanted to draw this top, oh, wrong one. I was gonna say you could draw a downtrend there, but it looks like it doesn't really have much of a fluid downtrend, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you get a pretty flat bounce. It did not break that 754 low of yesterday. So now, obviously, just so we're not being biased, anything below 750, guys, is hot dog water. So. You know, one of the things I had on my watch list, hold on one second, DSX moving here in pre-market. That's a little bit of a move, not bad. Anyway, NIO, interesting setup here. And I think I talked to somebody about potentially going short. We did actually gap down heavy, breaking that support, and then immediately corrected that support line, which drew my eye to it in the first place, because anytime you see a massive correction like that, you know, like, it's kind of, I don't know, this is pre-market movement, but you know, you get that big open and then you regain that support, and you can see how much strength NIO has had on this support. You see a big bounce, a big bounce off of this level. So I'm hoping to see, and I actually have this in need of adjustment. There, let's see, that's the 48.35 level, and of course you see the zone here in between that level and 44.80. So NIO, if it does end up breaking this level, I think that a run up to 46 between now and Monday is likely if it doesn't break this 9-day moving average, which it is right there at that money line. So BTB. Oh my God, shorted. They're offering shares. Oh, by the way, thank you, Manny. Also, Morgan Stanley just reiterated their price upgrade on Maxar. On the previous run-up, guys, I was able to take profit on the majority, and I still have a very long call for the $50 strike on Maxar. Let's see. Yeah, so right now Morgan Stanley on Maxar Technologies, overweight initiation. Firm sees revenue growth accelerating as company launches its Legion constellation of satellites with margin expansion opportunities as space infrastructure business stabilizes. That's big. That's big money right there. Maxar, if you guys aren't aware of who Maxar is, I will happily tell you. So go to Google and go to satellite images, and once you hop on there, you will see in the bottom right hand corner Maxar, and that's because the majority of your satellite imagery is co-sponsored by these guys. Maxar is responsible for building and also producing satellites for companies such as Google, and so they're underlooked as far as, and revenue concerns have been an issue, but they're amongst the, I guess you could say, the leader. Is Maxar low volume most of the time? Maxar has massive spikes in volume, so it's hot when it's hot, and then it usually picks up volatility from there. And then you also have to think, if you go look at the insider selling, there is insider selling that happens on Maxar, which I imagine is obviously for tax purposes. None of it looks out of the ordinary, but TYL. This just got news. Tyler Technology is just had a deal. We don't have the full updates on this, but to provide solar initiatives for residential communities. That could be big. So I'll fill you guys in with a little bit more details when they come. Just move that. Okay. So we're money. Sorry, was anybody on live last night? You guys know exactly what I'm about to say. Sweet, Matt. So this looks rebound. This looks like a rebound. It's not quite broken past the level that it needs to. That's the 282 on Microsoft, but Microsoft sure does look like it wants to at least hit that 283 level. Not top of my watch list, but if it shows strength today, and one thing that I skipped, I'm kind of upset that I did, I'll go over these really quick, but are the Qs. So Qs, just as we said, needed a bounce. Big fallback, pullback. Our main resistance is going to be 362.50. And you could even say there's a zone there as well, 362.25 and 362.60. Or 50 is exactly where the Qs are going to need to break in order to see continuation to the upside. You already see here in pre-market, we've had a strong bounce off of that 359.80 level, and then right now pushing that 50-day EMA in pre-market here. But like I said, it's likely going to see an initial push up to the 362.50, 362.60 level. So pay attention to that. mRNA, I haven't even played that. I guess I should maybe keep an eye on that. But anyway, so you can see not much movement here is allocated with the range that we have at the moment. So I would imagine that a break of that level that I'm talking about, that 362.50, 60 level, will likely have the Qs breaking resistance, and we could have a breakout day. But it is Friday. Again, notoriously low volume, notoriously choppy. So, man, I tell you what, Powell talking about a digital dollar sure is scary for Bitcoin.
Dude, that dollar is supposed to help with stable coins. That doesn't worry me at all. I've read that like stuff all over Reuters, and I watched the interview or the hearing. He said the digital dollar is supposed to replace stable coins, and they literally took the words that he said during the interview and said replace cryptocurrency.
Well, I didn't even read that headline, but I've seen, like, and obviously this has always existed, but I'm starting to feel less enthused by crypto in general with the Federal Reserve stepping in, which I'm sure they need a place in that space.
Well, here's my thing. Go ahead, sorry.
I kind of just lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
My thing with it, man, is that anything that is not regulated, that is not 100% adopted, is actually good when you bring in regulation, because it means adoption is
safer.
Easier.
Right. Well, it's also reassuring for investors.
Exactly. So, yes, short term, downside. Long term, upside. That's with anything that's been options were, like, at first, like, ooh, booga booga, like it's scary, like you don't want to touch options, they're high risk, nobody should trade them, and like they put more regulations around options, and options are instruments that are traded every day. Options used to be a monthly instrument, that's it. There was no weekly options. Like that wasn't a thing until like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, weekly options became a thing. And when you would hear people trading options for like literally just the premium run, people were like, what are you, nuts? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
But like it after it became more regulated, obviously it was regulated already by FINRA, but after it became more regulated, it was more acceptable to just trade options for the premium run. So I don't think because here's the thing. To me, crypto is not traded for people who are using it to do quote unquote malicious things.
Right.
They're not going to use the USD token. Because then the government can just track everything you're doing. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to buy these. I would never do this, of course. I'm not going to buy these drugs on the dark web with USD token from the Federal Reserve. I'm going to use Monero or XRP, or Bitcoin, something that is going to be a lot harder to track.
Yo.
Yeah, so just my 2 cents.
Yeah, what's
Good
up?
morning, guys.
Manny,
Hey.
what's up, bro?
You guys know I'm always here every other day, right? I hear all you guys' voices. I don't mark it open. I have to have you guys screaming from the back of my computer, so I feel safe.
Dude, did you over Airbnb this morning or no?
Did I go over Airbnb? No, I have not.
No, you didn't.
I checked the short interest on it to see if they updated it, because it is already like the 15th, like the second week it should update, and it's still nothing. It's still at 6%.
Still at 6%. What about Clove? Let me see.
That's like he's losing sleep.
I'm about to buy a long-term equity in Maxar.
Oh, is that a price target?
Yeah, they got a higher price target by I think a month ago. Forgot who it was. I think it was Citigroup maybe, but they initiated a $55 price target. So this is only another extra boost. So, and it ran off of that news. What?
It was really high, wasn't it, Garrett? Like 50 or 60?
60s.
Right?
Yeah,
60s?
all-time highs are 67.
Did you were holding a decent bit of equity when it made that big run, and you took profit already, right?
Yeah, I took profit. Before, it was really funny. One night I was looking at sells that had been made, like just big orders, and it was like the California Retirement Fund took profit on all their shares of Maxar, and it gapped up the next day. Funny enough, and so I just took profit. I was like, I don't like that.
I saw an upgrade on a company that I used to work for, Mohawk Industries, MHK. Somebody gave them a $450 price target. They're trading in the 2s.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Yeah.
Well, they gave Shop today. They gave, I think it was the Bank of Canada. I don't even think they even matter. I don't know why they're upgrading our equity, but they gave him a $2,000 price target raise from $1,500.
It's like, if you're not American, get out of here.
What are you doing?
Yo, Tesla broke downtrend here in pre-market, y'all. And if anybody's looking to trade 660, 50, I think right here. That's my 280 EMA. 650 or yeah, 660, 50. Oh shit, FUV news. Hold on. Watch.
Honeywell just had a candle.
Yo, my headset says connected one more time. I'm gonna spit it in half. Jeez. Are you feeling today,
Have you
Alex?
seen any major penny runners this morning with news catalysts? I haven't had a chance to review charts. I was in meetings all mornings today.
CMMB, chemo mab therapeutics. They saw a really big spike here in pre-market. I have the news right here. Hold on. Oh wait, no I don't. Where'd it go? Oh, that's even better. There is no news. I don't see any news right now. Okay, so Archimotor, guys, which is one of the most shorted stocks. They aren't quite scalable yet. Aren't really quite. What indicator is that? That's the TTM squeeze. Archimotor reports joint pilot program with Tennessee Clean Fuels Drive Electric Tennessee to test the FUV deliberator, that's corny, in key cities across state, no terms disclosed. Yeah, I like FUV. So if you guys, and I like them as a company as well. So keep your eyes on FUV today because it is Friday, and if there could be shorts in position, like I said, not a lot of are extremely shorted stock. One of the tops. I'm surprised it hasn't been tried at Tennessee. Let's fucking go. Oh shit, we got 2 minutes. But yeah, so it could be a potential short squeeze candidate, even if it's just a mini one. I just set an alert at 15:25. All right.
Here, that's the ticker SPCE for that.
FUV, yes. Also, Wilhelma looks pretty interesting. Visa, why didn't I swing that? I don't know. I literally said I was going to swing it.
Dude, did you see XELA has options added now?
No, I didn't. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they just added options today.
Okay, Microsoft. Sorry, Microsoft is moving big here, pre-market guys. Just a few more minutes here. I got Maxar here. Visa, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, Visa,
I
bro.
said
Visa,
it
that
was-
bounce yesterday at 245.50 was so spit, dude.
Was anybody on when I said I was going to take that?
Dude, like, take it. This
Breaking
is like,
news. Senator
the thing with-
Tomey sorry, bro. Senator Tomey purchased Bitcoin and Ethereum. He is the 4th senator to purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, last month he stated that the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, which will monitor crypto transactions, would have a detrimental impact on fintech. He's to vote against it. Interesting. Okay.
damn, hypocrites.
Yeah, like he's saying one thing and then he's going and buying crypto. That doesn't make any fucking sense, but alright.
20 seconds, guys.
Let's see how fun today's gonna be. Got everything done.
Hop on
so I
YouTube.
feel I'm gonna do some shit.
Someone gave me diamonds.
Moderna bounce and V bounce and football are my 3 main watches. Let's see what we got.
We need to give
We're open.
Look, everybody. V's taking off out at the open. Nope.
There goes Visa above 250, right at the bell. Hot dog. All right, guys.
Oh, God. Moderna, let's go. Nice pullback. All right, come on.
All right, guys. I am, and this is speculative because I don't see it yet quite. I'm gonna grab a $40 call on AMC. I'm not going heavy on this at all.
I'm in already.
Oh, Moderna's looking like it wants to go up.
What's going on?
Seeing a lot of resistance right here. Tape is starting to spike. Looks like we got the 272 hold and bounce.
Uh-oh, I have a problem with my broker right now. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Microsoft. I don't think that the...
Holy shit.
Microsoft. Yeah, there's Microsoft. I'm gonna get a 285. It's 24 cents. There's no way. That means it's probably not gonna go. Hold on 1 second. I hate that those options are so far away on Microsoft.
Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when they do that shit.
Guys, I'm gonna have to pause the stream really quick. I gotta call my broker. I'm not getting something's going on. Watch
Fuck,
Fubo
guys, I
TV
thought I wasn't
and-
muted. I caught that Roku bounce. I just took profit. If you got it above that 410 off my watch list, I'm out. It was already a 20% play. Oh, it's still going.
Guys, stop loss below 36.65 on AMC. Fubo.
Guys, SQ, I'm watching SQ right here. That the big.
All right. Sorry, guys, on YouTube. I'll be right